Hello YouTube, this is Corbin22 here, back with another 100 point squadron build for Star Wars X-Wing Miniatures. Tonight we're looking at two B-Wing fighters, both piloted by test pilots that first flew the B-Wing when it was first when the first prototypes were introduced, and later became expert B-Wing pilots that either flew for Blue Squadron or Dagger Squadron. And the pilots in question are Keyan Farlander and Nera Dantels. Now, the focus behind this build is mostly synergy. The trick is with these ships is that they've both been loaded out with similar upgrades, and they both have different abilities to take advantage of their weapons and their combat prowess. So anyway, so two B-Wings, both piloted by veteran test pilots of the first B-Wing prototypes. Let's look at the build now. So like I said, this build rounds out to about 92 points, or 93, sorry. So you will get initiative if you use this build. However, it's only two ships, so you're at a bit of a disadvantage if you decide to go with this build. But the upgrades have been decked out with they've been decked out with every single upgrade they are allowed. With a few extras as well. So with that said, let's move on to the slightly less skilled of the couple here. And the first one up we have is Nera Dantels. She has a pilot skill of 5. She flies the B-Wing Heavy Assault Fighter. She has an attack value of 3, an agility value of 1, a hull value of 3, and a shield value of 5. She can take on the focus, lock-on, and barrel roll actions. She costs 26 squadron points. And she's able to take on an elite pilot skill upgrade, a systems upgrade, a cannon upgrade, and 2 warheads. Her ability states you can perform warhead secondary weapon attacks against enemy ships outside your firing arc. So Nera Dantel treats all of her warheads like turrets because something to do with her her particular B-Wing sensors have like all around range. So she can fire like say in front of her, and then all of a sudden they'll just zip around and arc in like a full 180 behind her to hit a target from behind. Don't ask me how that makes sense. I guess her targeting systems are just that good. Anyway, enough about the ship. Let's move on to the upgrades. The first upgrade and the most important one that I've given, the first of the most important upgrades I've given to Nera, is the modification called B-Wing E2. Sorry for a second. Sorry about that. It's a modification meant only for the B-Wing, and it states your upgrade bar gains the crew slot upgrade icon. So this turns the B-Wing into a 2-seater. One for pilot, one for co-pilot. So you'll see why this is important in a little bit. For her crew, her extra crew, I have gone with a Recon Specialist, which states when you perform a focus action, assign 1 additional focus token to your ship. So with the Recon Specialist, you're able to perform a double focus action, so to speak. So you perform the focus action, and then you're assigned a second focus token on top of that. So you have 2 focuses you can use either. So you can use for one's for offense and one's for defense, or for other upgrades like the next one, which is Deadeye. Deadeye states you may treat the attack target lock header as attack focus. When an attack instructs you to spend a target lock, you may spend a focus token instead. So Deadeye allows you to substitute target locks for focuses when you're attacking with a secondary. It's a pretty nifty card. And it definitely is. It's definitely handy for getting us the drop on your opponent. They're expecting you. If you have a warhead, you want to use it, but you want to surprise them by taking a focus instead of a target lock. Then of course you say, "Oh, I'll use Deadeye's ability," and then you'll catch him off guard. Just in case you perform a red maneuver, like a K turn or a hard 1 or a soft 3, or a straight ahead 4, I've also given her the advanced sensors, which states immediately before you reveal your maneuver, you may perform 1 free action. If you use this ability, you must skip your perform action step this round. So the advanced sensors is perfect for getting your action before you take a red maneuver, because you can take your double focus action with the Recon Specialist, and then perform like a K-turn 2 or a soft 3, hard 1, or a straight ahead 4. Get stressed, but you'll still have your double focus thanks to the Recon Specialist and because of advanced sensors. So it's good. The only downside is it kind of gives you away as to what you're going to do. I mean, you can try and trick your opponent out, but most often you're going to be using this a lot when you plan to do a red maneuver. Now, to better ensure that her attacks are in good, she's in a good position to fire, I've given her an ion cannon, which has an attack value of 3 and can be used at range 1 to 3. And it states, attack one ship. If this attack hits, the defender suffers one damage and receives 1 ion token, then cancel all dice results. So, ion cannon is good for disabling enemy starfighters, and it allows you to get into a better firing position, like say from behind the enemy or to the side, or basically just anywhere outside the firing arc, as long as they don't have a turret. And then you can unleash hell upon them from a close range, and they won't be able to do shit about it. Now, for her first warhead, I have chosen to give her an extra munitions, which by now you already know what it does. It basically states that for about maybe 1/3 of the cost, you can have two equipped warhead, missile, and bomb upgrade. You discard a ordnance token before you discard the secondary, so basically means you get you get 2 shots with your secondary. And then the climax of the build, we have advanced Proton Torpedoes. They have an attack value of 5 and can be used only at range 1. And they state, spend target lock. Spend your target lock up, discard this card to perform this attack. You may change up to 3 of your blank results to focus results. Now do you see what I've done? With the B-Wing E2, normally advanced torpedoes would only be good if you have a target lock and a focus, so it would take some time to set up. But with the B-Wing E2, I can pretty much just do the setup right away. Because B-Wing E2 lets you get a crew slot. The crew slot I've chosen, Recon Specialist, gets you a double focus. Deadeye lets you substitute one of those focuses for a target lock. Then that way you have 1 focus left. And then with advanced torpedoes, if you have at least 1 blank, or if you have up to 3 blanks, you can change those to focuses, and then you can spend your second focus to turn those into hits. So basically this will guarantee that your advanced torpedoes hit. Coupled with the fact that Nera can fire outside her firing arc with warheads, makes her pretty freaking deadly. I mean, for a pilot skill 5 ship and a heavy assault fighter, she's someone you don't want to get up close and personal with, because she will wreck your shit. Your best bet is to stay at a distance when attacking Nera, range 2 at closest range 2, because if you let her get too close, you're gonna get wrecked. Now move on to the second ship, her wingmate. And piloting the ship is Keyan Farlander. He has a pilot skill of 7. He also flies the B-Wing Heavy Assault Fighter. He also has an attack value of 3, an agility value of 1, a hull value of 3, and a shield value of 5. You can take on the focus, lock-on, and barrel roll actions. He costs 29 squadron points, fairly expensive ship. And like Nera, he can also take on the elite pilot skill upgrade, a systems upgrade, a cannon, and 2 warheads. His ability states, when attacking, you may remove 1 of your stress tokens. You may remove 1 stress token to change all of your focus results to hit results. Keyan has got to be one of my favorite ships to field, because he takes stress and turns it into an advantage. If you saw my focus under stress build, all the ships that I chose basically take stress and turn into a disadvantage, and I fielded Keyan because of that factor. Because when he's attacking, he treats the stress as if it's a focus token. And so yeah, with Keyan, you want to stress him out, because you want to get that stress that you can treat as a focus. It's awesome. It's amazing. For his modification, I've gone with a shield upgrade, which increases his shield value by 1. So that means Keyan now has 6 shield and 3 hull. So now he's capable of taking that 1 extra hit that will protect him from a critical hit. Now his loadout is very similar to Nera's, so I won't go into too much details. He also has the Deadeye Elite Pilot skill, which allows him to substitute target loss for focuses when using warheads or secondaries. He also has advanced sensors to allow him to make a move before he does a red maneuver. He also has the ion cannon for disabling enemy ships, allowing him to get into a better firing position next time. He also has the extra munitions, which grants him the extra warhead at like 1/3 of the cost, and he also has the advanced Proton Torpedoes, which changes all of his hit results to which changes 3 of his blanks to focus results. So yeah, the strategy behind these two is very similar. Only difference being is that Keyan, you want to say perform an advanced sensors to get a focus, and then you want to do a red maneuver to stress him out, and then use Deadeye to substitute that focus for a lock-on, and then when you're attacking with your advanced torpedoes, change your blanks to focuses, and then spend your stress token to change those into hit results. So the strategy behind this build, the builds is very similar. Both of them are using Deadeye and their abilities to the cards Deadeye, Advanced Torpedoes, and their abilities to their maximum potential. Which is why I'm going to call this build my two of a kind build, because they're they're both the same ship. They're both B-wings. They both have really awesome abilities, and they both have very similar loadouts, with the exception of Nera having a B-wing E2 and a Recon Specialist, whereas Keyan Farlander has a shield upgrade. So Keyan will be able to take the extra hit, but Nera is able to fire outside her firing arc when she uses warheads. Those are the upsides. Keyan also treats his stresses as focuses, so if you have at least one stress, you can substitute that as a focus, which is really effective for when you're attacking with advanced torpedoes, because you get the stress, and then pretty much on the same turn you can remove that stress and pretty much rinse and repeat the strategy. It's awesome. It's overkill, really. It's why Keyan is one of my favorite ships to field. Downsides. Aside from the obvious, both have low agility values, so either easy pickings for ships that are for range 1, range 2, or any ship that has an ability that lowers their agility value, like Intimidation or Outmaneuver, or even if it's just Wedge Antilles. That's, yeah, they're pretty much prone to that. The advanced torpedoes must be used at range 1, so you have to get in really close in order to use them. My advice would be to attack the first turn with an ion cannon each to disable the enemy ship, and then get behind them with advanced sensors to get their focuses, and then of course they'll get stressed, and then attack them with their with Nera. It doesn't really matter so much as long as she's in range 1, but she can attack on top of firing arm with warheads. But with Keyan, he has to be within the line of sight. So yeah, I probably would do like a K turn for Keyan and maybe a hard 1 for Nera. Either way. Yeah, that's about it, really. It's a pretty strong build. Again, it's only 2 ships. Yeah, that's another disadvantage. You're only fielding 2 ships of similar stats. Yeah, you're going to be quite sure you'll be able to get initiative, but because this build only amounts to 93 points, but you're going to be at a disadvantage if someone's using a swarm build, like a really bad disadvantage, because they're going to be swarming you like no one's end. Anyway, so yeah, this is my two of a kind build. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Any constructive criticism is greatly appreciated. If you like, you may use this build for any competitive or casual play, or if you want, you can tweak it or revamp it to your own specifications. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Corbin22 signing off.